Alright, welcome to the final form of Piece. This video is about the situation of One Piece trading card game. Now obviously there's the two new decks, alternate art of Emu Leader and the alt art for the Five Elders. Ace over here, planning to get a couple Ace decks built. Now I really want to talk about getting your hands on some cards. Now, if you're a card collector, Pokemon, Magic, they're doing their own thing right now. Prices are absolutely crazy. Me personally, I'm new to card games. One Piece is my first one. I'm getting into it because I like One Piece. I know all of these characters. I think their abilities are really cool. I'm very new into it, but I'm all about it. I was able to get my hands on 4 boxes of Carrying On His Will. I opened 3. These are practically some of the best cards I have right here. And I just want to talk about how it's pretty hard to get your hands on cards to make decks. You know, I'm going to have these cards from this set and not a lot of cards from other sets. And if you've been looking, it's very hard to get boxes on the older sets. People are already trying to invest, which I do understand. I think it's smart to invest in One Piece, you know. I think it's going to be around for a long time. I just don't want the investments to take away from the people who actually want to get the cards to play the game. I think we really need to find a couple of methods we can get around, you know, gouging the average player and consumer. Like at some point, what do we say? When do we say, okay, every customer needs to get a certain amount of packs directly from the manufacturer? In today's world, the shipping, you could pull that off. The thing about it is distributors, they're not going above and beyond to make sure people aren't ripping the other people off. Like, I spent a good portion of my day driving on Walmarts and Targets just to find empty boxes. You know, even on restock days, I've only been a couple of times because honestly, it's not worth it to me. Like the solutions that we have as a consumer, the only thing you can do is not buy high price boxes. Like online, you'll see for $170, $175. The market price was $172 when I just checked before this video. Don't buy that. I got my boxes at $120 and $110. Now, it's not from my local game store. It's from a far distance game store I had to travel to. My local game store is trash. They're gouging $9 a pack out of one booster box they have. Granted, I bought several packs and got screwed, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, you have to get these boxes from a trusted game store. And sometimes you might have to travel. You know, back in the day, people probably traveled in the 80s. People had hobbies. They probably had to go to the next town over. It's inconvenient, but sometimes you got to support the guy who's going to treat you the best. Now, what you're going to want to do is find a game store that will let you put a pre-order in without putting any money down. And typically, they're going to get your price closer to MSRP. Now, they need to make some money, so, you know, in a perfect world, if you had a good relationship, if you could get it $100 a box, that's reasonable. But this $150, $175, don't buy into that. Don't buy individual packs online either. You know, plan ahead, and besides reaching out to Bandai and saying, hey, like, we need to produce more packs or set up a direct link for packs, you got to just combat it on your front. Don't pay overpriced prices for these packs. And I mean, also they could, this is kind of scummy, but what they could do is make all of the super rare cards irrelevant in the gameplay. Don't make them necessary. Honestly, they kind of do that where a lot of the rare cards are alternates. You know, try to get the price of the base card down, put more into circulation. It just can be really frustrating trying to make a game flourish, and it's going to suffer the fate of the other big card games. You know, I want these One Piece tournaments to become many more, you know. A thing that's going on all the time. I would love to see more One Piece matches. Well, let me know what you think. If you agree or disagree, tell me why. Again, if you're investing, I get it. I have a box still sealed. I plan to hang on to. This is going to be something cool to have in a long time. But the cards that are used in the game, we should be able to have access to those cards. Let me know what you think and subscribe below.